Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and billionaires are going to be coming for your XRP. Look, billionaires, they're already investing heavily in Bitcoin, and the trend is just continuing. And a lot of these rich people, they know a ton of other rich people. It only takes like a string of a few of them before the whole world catches wind. And given that there's true utility to the cryptocurrency asset class, it's kind of easy to see how this is all going to play out. And it's not surprising that most of the money to start goes into Bitcoin. It's the one that's been around the longest. It's got the brand awareness and the cachet and all that crap. And the blazing fast transactions, right? Yes, that was sarcasm. But, and I like Bitcoin. I'm just teasing a little bit. It gets the feathers of the Bitcoin maxi trolls all ruffled. But look, do you really think that the only cryptocurrency that they're going to end up investing in is Bitcoin? What happens when you get a frenzy around XRP? And look, to be clear, there's already institutional money in XRP, by the way, which is separate from just individual billionaires. I think both will continue to happen. But somebody posted a comment in one of my other videos citing that there was literally no institutional money in XRP, and that is literally not true. Just off the top of my head, I can name a couple, including Grayscale and also Pantera Capital. Both of those hedge funds do hold XRP. And hedge funds are that's institutional money by definition. It absolutely is institutional money. And it's only going to pick up. And so we still have this cool effect where even when, the altcoins aren't getting as much attention, initially anyway, from some of the biggest money. Admittedly, that is the case. Not that they're getting no love, but they're not getting nearly as much as Bitcoin. Even in the short term, just Bitcoin getting that type of attention absolutely indirectly will be positive for the crypto asset class, including specifically price action for XRP, is what I frankly care about most. This is an XRP-centric channel, damn it, and I've been accumulating fairly intensely for the last few years now, so that kind of matters to me. If you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support, and consider subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel if you've not yet done so, because, I don't know, why the hell not? Take my free content, damn it. Here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Billionaire investor Alan Howard placing massive bet on Bitcoin and Ethereum. These stories, I feel like there's at least several of them every single day. That's how it's been for like the last week. I love highlighting this stuff because this is real world adoption. This is the trend that everything's going, and the market cycle that we're just seeing, like we're in the disbelief phase. We're seeing things ramp up with Bitcoin and XRP price. Oh, you guys, you ain't seen nothing yet. You just wait till the time this market cycle is complete. But it is institutional money that is driving a ton of this, and it's the coolest freaking thing on the planet because again, understand, even the big entities out there, the institutional players, yes, they're buying behind the scenes, so it doesn't immediately impact the price of Bitcoin when they're purchasing Bitcoin, but it affects supply. That affects what's available on spot exchanges, which is where you get, that's where price discovery occurs. It's on spot exchanges, regular cryptocurrency exchanges. That's where it occurs. And that's where you see this growth in terms of market cap. And so there's less Bitcoin for these people to fight over, right? And as a result, Bitcoin rises. And we know that the whole market moves in tandem, which is the coolest thing on the freaking planet. And so billionaire hedge fund manager Alan Howard is backing One River Digital Asset Management's $1 billion bet on crypto. Howard, co-founder of his own Brevin Howard Asset Management, is supporting innovative investment manager One River Digital's plans to continue to plunge further into the cryptoverse. One River Digital CEO Eric Peters is committing the firm to a $1 billion investment into ETH and Bitcoin by early 2021. The firm already has $600 million invested in cryptocurrencies. It quietly made its purchases in November before Bitcoin hit $16,000 so as to not jolt the market before it could join. And so there you go. When you're making these size purchases, you can go through a regular cryptocurrency exchange if you want to, whether it's Binance US or whatever your exchange of choice is, and you can purchase over the counter, which means that the traders on the platform, they're not even going to see it. And so that's why it takes time for the market to be like, there's less Bitcoin out there. And then people act accordingly. It's just simple supply and demand dynamics. That's it. So that's what they did back in November. Now, Howard will support the move both by investing in One River Digital's crypto funds and by purchasing a partial stake in the business. Additionally, Elwood Asset Management, a company Howard controls, will provide One River Digital with trading services, market analysis, and technical support. And so again, this is just one more example. And we are going to continue going this way. In fact, so take a look at this headline now. Talk about institutional money. This is institutional money right here, big money. From the Daily Hodl, Bitcoin should be worth $400,000, says CIO of asset management giant Guggenheim Investments. The global head of investment at the $270 billion asset management giant Guggenheim Investments says Bitcoin should be valued at $400,000. And so, mind you, as I'm recording this, XRP's hovering close to 60 cents. And you've got Bitcoin hovering right around $23,000 right now. Both, I believe, are supremely undervalued. There's so you don't understand how scarce these things are. Or maybe you do if you've been listening to my channel. But people hear 100 billion XRP, they're like, that's not scarce. My friends, it's extremely scarce. Because as I pointed out a couple times recently, 0.002% of humans, roughly, have ever owned XRP. And some of them have exited. Some of them held it and they no longer do. 0.002% of humans. And that resulted in XRP running up from 20-something cents to almost $4. That tiny number of humans. And the floodgates are opening right now. More people are coming in. And if you distributed XRP evenly, did you know that each person, if distributed evenly, would only be able to hold, it's like a 12 or 13 XRP total? That's it. Imagine if you could only ever have 12 or 13 XRP. And then think about what you've actually been doing, because I don't know how much you hold. I'm assuming something, since this is an XRP-centric channel. I'm assuming that you're a holder. Although we do get the occasional Bitcoin maxi troll to stop by just to, stir the pot, as it were. But think about that. Do you hold more than 12 or 13? I do. I'm not going to say how much I hold, but it's more than 12 or 13 XRP. And so there's not that much of it. There really absolutely is not. And as on-demand liquidity rolls out, which is just one use case for XRP, don't forget that there's going to be market makers that hold massive swaths of XRP. And somebody has to hold it in order for these business models work. Because look, they're going to make money on the buying and selling the actual transactions of XRP as it goes through the market, right? So they're not just like cryptocurrency exchanges aren't as concerned about price as speculators like us. Same with them. They're going to make money on the buying and selling of XRP regardless of the price action that's occurring on the open market. But they have to hold it. If you want to be a pool of liquidity, you got to hold it. And if it's being held, other people can't hold it. Simple stuff, right? But anyway, so he said the global head of investment at the $270 billion asset management giant Guggenheim Investments says Bitcoin should be valued at $400,000. In a new interview on Bloomberg TV, Scott Minard says the firm's fundamental analysis shows the leading cryptocurrency is massively undervalued. And here's a quote. "We made the decision to start allocating Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at $10,000. It's a little more challenging with the current price closer to $20,000. Amazing over a short period of time how big of a run-up we've had. But having said that, our fundamental work shows that Bitcoin should be worth about $400,000. We're going to monitor the market and see how trading goes, but ultimately we want to buy it." And so let's say they're right, and let's say that ultimately Bitcoin does get to the price, which I think it's absolutely within the realm of possibility. I don't make price predictions, and I don't have a financial background, so understand I'm not telling you to buy or not buy something. I am not offering financial advice. But I personally, my everyday Joe Schmo opinion is that absolutely something like that is possible, and that's possible for Bitcoin. Wait for XRP to follow suit. These numbers that the Bitcoin maxi trolls like to pretend are impossible for XRP are not impossible. They used to say that XRP would never hit $1. Until it did a few years ago, right? They were wrong, and they're just a bunch of squawky haters out there, and they smell like sadness and room temperature cottage cheese, and ain't nobody got time for that, man. But anyway, Minard points to Bitcoin's total supply cap of 21 million coins. The fact that it's a purely internet-based monetary payments network and its ability to store value as core reasons for the analysis. And here's another quote. It's based on the scarcity and relative valuations, such as things like gold as a percentage of GDP. Bitcoin actually has a lot of the attributes of gold and at the same time has an unusual value in terms of transactions. And so Guggenheim Investments recently announced that it's preparing to invest as much as $500 million into Bitcoin through the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is GBTC. And that's just one more entity. And again, once this happens, like these institutional players, these are long-term oriented individuals. And so once it's purchased, it's going into deep cold storage. Nobody else is going to be able to have their hands on it for some time, if ever, right? It's just amazing here. And I don't want to run through this piece, but I did want to highlight this. It's from Bitcoinist.com, titled "Bitcoin Nearly Taps $22,000." So it was a little bit earlier today. Because obviously we it topped 23,500 or something by the time I recorded this anyway. But Bitcoin nearly taps $22,000 as Wall Street fueled rally continues. And they do go on to cite in this article. I just wanted to highlight it. Like this is not some sort of secret here, but not everybody knows it. And I want to highlight this because this supremely matters. They cite in this piece here that analysts think that this rally is being driven by institutional players. That was not the case in 2017, and the institutional players have substantially more money. And wait until you get a string of a bunch of billionaires throwing in some serious money. That's it's gonna crater the supply of Bitcoin, and altcoins are going to follow suit after Bitcoin price action rises. Bitcoin leads the market, and it will indefinitely. I don't know, at some point that may change, but indefinitely, and that's fine by me. I am not a maximalist of any damn coin. Also wanted to highlight this. You may have heard about this, especially if you're on crypto media like crypto Twitter. But breaking, Coinbase files with SEC to go public. And so there you go. Brad Garlinghouse predicted earlier, I think it was January of this year, that you would be seeing this calendar within the next 12 months, I think is what he said. Blockchain companies in the world of crypto going public. And you really haven't seen that actually this year, but he said that before the global pandemic, of course. And once that hit, I think that it really changed the timeline for a lot of these companies, especially with the uncertainty in markets. But even so, it's pretty cool to see as we're wrapping up 2020 that Coinbase will be a publicly traded company. And so it's just another thing to highlight in this narrative, this undeniably true narrative of the maturation of the cryptocurrency asset class. And you listening to this beat all the big money on the planet almost. Yeah, fine, there's some institutions in here, but as far as that goes, in the billionaires and the publicly traded companies, you beat almost all of them. So I say bravo to you. And so this is all coming here. Exciting times, man. So thank you very much for hanging out with me on the channel. I am having a blast watching all of this and reporting the things that I learn on this channel and learning from you, because I don't pretend to be a know-it-all. But part of the thing that I haven't said this in a while, but it's worth citing since there's a ton of new subscribers lately on the Moon Lambo channel. It's a part of what I wanted to do, especially since I don't have any family and friends that care that much. Like my family and friends, a lot of them do hold XRP actually, and some other cryptocurrencies, but none of them are really that interested in it. And so just to be able to share in the excitement with other people that care about this as much as me, and to know, because you can always learn from somebody, so I like to share the things on this channel that I learn, but I don't pretend to be some sort of know-it-all, and I learn tons of stuff from you guys, and I love it when all of you tag me on Twitter and comment below for all my videos. And I really wish I could respond to everybody, but it's just too overwhelming with hundreds and hundreds of comments per day on the videos, and then the amount of activity on Twitter. But just know that anytime you tag me in something, even if I don't respond, I do genuinely appreciate it. I promise you, I'm not snubbing. I'm not a jerk. All right. I just want to mention it from time to time because it's not something I take for granted. I appreciate having this platform, and I just want to make sure that you know that. But I'll wrap it there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.